It sounds like a young adult series. I don't know, like sort of like Hunger Games or Twilight or Harry Potter is my guess. But she is the star. She's one of the stars of Children of Blood and Bone, action fantasy film cast. And I'm sorry if I mispronounce these names. Thuso Mbedu, Amandla Stenberg, and more. Let me bring this down here. Oh, we could go over the. I want to get. It's good you're here too, Perp, because there's another topic that would be interesting about should they even do the Razzies, and they announced the Razzie Awards. Okay. With the best-selling fantasy novels, Children of Blood and Bone. Does anyone in the chat heard about this? If it's a best-selling fantasy novel, Children of Virtue and Vengeance and Children of Anguish and Anarchy. Author Tommy Adeyemi told readers a story as the legacy of the Orisha trilogy, and now it's time for Adeyemi's books to start getting the film adaptation treatment. Wyatt Godfrey and Marty Bowen of Temple Hill Entertainment, along with Karen Rosenfeld of Sunswept Entertainment, the team behind the Twilight series, are producing an adaptation of Children, Blood, and Bone alongside Matt Jackson of Jackson Pictures, with Gina Prince Blythewood, the Woman King. I still didn't see that one. The trailer was really good for that. On board to direct the film from a screenplay she wrote with Adeyemi. The project is set up at Paramount Pictures, and the studio announced the names of several cast members. A press release notes that there will be additional castings from an open casting. Okay. From open casting call for actors living in Nigeria. That's cool. Okay, so let me just read this real quick, and then we'll get to some of the actors. In Children of Blood and Bone, in an African fantasy kingdom, a young woman goes on a quest to reclaim the magic that was violently stolen from her people. She and her brother ally with the daughter and son of the king to fight back against his brutal rule. Prince Blythewood provided the following statement. I am so honored and excited to bring Tommy, Children of Blood and Bone in the vibrant world of Orisha to life. Our incredible ensemble reflects the whole of the diaspora. That is where our magic lies. And then here's the cast so far. I recognize Amandla and the guy right there. I do not recognize the one on the far left or the far right, but this is a project I'm going to look into. Anyone interested? Does that excite you at all? It's a fantasy project, young adult fantasy in Africa.
This, I got to see the trailer with stuff like this. Is normally not in my wheelhouse, but I'm open to anything. But something like the idea of fantasy, sure, I like it, but that could go either way. There's some fantasies I'm into, some I'm not. I got to see the trailer.
Sure.
What they mean by it. Yeah.
I'm happy that Amandla is getting more work because I think I know we're both fans of her from the Acolyte. I mean, yeah, I feel as passionate about. I would love the Acolyte to continue. It's just besides the underperforming and people online complaining, it did go over budget. I know part of that was due to the pandemic and the strikes or whatever, but I understand it's hard to justify season 2 that. But I would love. I
was satisfied. I don't need a season 2.
I need a season 2.
For what?
Because I love that world. I want to see what happens next for the characters.
Yeah, but those characters can show up in other things, hopefully.
True. Maybe it'll be reworked.
Purpose coping.
I think you and a few of my friends like Bruce and Joe like to say, well, a second season was never greenlit and stuff, and it wasn't canceled if it wasn't announced. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. They set up a lot. They had a big push behind that, and I was all in. And some of the best Disney Star Wars I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
I was satisfied, but I would like to see where Osha and
the
bad guy goes.
Unfortunately, right now this seems unlikely unless they get back to it. And she is taking work and moving on. So this project seems pretty cool. I sent you the link on X, RJ.
Yeah,
okay. Hey, RJ, how's it going?
Hey, RJ.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm just doing a nice little
Count Orlok.
stream. What did you think about this fantasy series? Do you know anything about it? You read things.
Yeah, it's Children of Blood and Bone. It was going to be a Disney movie at Fox, but they moved it to Paramount.
Oh, okay, so they passed it.
Yeah,
on Disney.
This is going to be Lucasfilm doing it. Actually,
listen.
But
I have nothing against the Amandla Stenberg. I'm sorry, but that is very telling. If they also didn't do, I know Perp said there's nothing to see here about season 2 of the Acolyte, but if they were also going to do this,
I always ask what was not resolved.
Well, no. If you go back to the Disney Investor Day in 2020, 2021, whenever that big video presentation was, Kathleen Kennedy announced this movie. And then I'm not sure what happened.
But that's very telling if they did not do season 2 and the other project they announced with her went to a different studio. That's all I'm saying. You don't like it's not show friends, it's show business. You know? It seems like they were investing as her talent too. And they've kind of moved on from that, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Well, it is based on a fantasy book series. To make this into a franchise if it does well.
Well, thank goodness it's actually getting made after Disney. I didn't know that Disney announced it and then moved on to a different studio.
Yeah, I think they canceled the project and then
that's good. That means it probably was very they probably have it like locked in, that whole thing, so it's very easy for another studio to pick it up, especially if they need something for a particular date or slate.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty hyped for this project. Did you?
Can we talk about the real news?
Okay. What is the real news? The Ryan Gosling?
No.
What's the real news? What real news are you talking about?
Robert Eggers saw the Wolfman in that box. Like, I'll do you better. I'll do my own werewolf.
I've seen that on. Let me see if I could find that on X, or if you have an article for that. Who was it you, Perp, that was telling me? Someone was telling me Kevin Costner's Horizon, it was a good movie. I don't remember.
I've been hearing it from several people. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, I have news on that too.
The buzz for that one died in award season, let me tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of movies came out though. I think if it would have dropped closer to like the fall, maybe it would have done better and gotten more attention. But
you think it would have got it? I mean, Dune got it, but I guess Dune was a hit too. So
yeah, well, I don't think Dune is going to get much though. I think it's going to get technical.
No.
I think it's going to be like, I think what's going to end up happening is it's going to be like Lord of the Rings, where they wait until Dune Messiah comes out and Denis finishes his trilogy, and then they're going to award him with all the Oscars.
The Oscar nominations come out tomorrow. I got a sinking feeling Luca
BX
Yankees are not going to get
787. Stop making it out as Amanda is too toxic for Disney. I did not say that. I said it's show business, not show friends. So when your numbers aren't as where they want, or if you have a social media presence, they just decided not to work with her on those projects again.
Yeah.
But it got greenlit somewhere else, so that's great.
Yeah.
So she's got work.
Personally, we love her over here. So
yeah, I think she's a great actress, and I actually liked her diss track. I liked it.
I never heard it.
RJ was the one that sent it to me. He's like, "Oh God, Max, look at this." I'm like, "Oh."
It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
I didn't mind it, but I know people.
Really?
That's the thing. When I report on this as an expert movie pundit, which I am, no one gives me the respect that I deserve.
I've been doing
this for a long. I've been doing this for a long.
Narcissistic at all.
I've been doing this for a long. No, I get second guessed all
Correct.
the time. People act like I have a problem with Amanda when I say Disney decided to pass on future projects with her. I'm not saying they should have. They did. The Acolyte underperformed. She was maybe going to be an Acolyte season 2, and then also this project, and it's just the reality that they passed on it. And it's so, I'm not saying she's toxic. I'm saying people don't reward her with the views or her PR abilities in the diss track. That was a thing. If you put yourself out like that, I don't know. So I'm just saying I think these are all factors as to why they moved
I
on.
put it in the private chat, by the way.
How are you doing, Blue Jay?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Got a new logo for 2025.